The sea covers over 2/3 of the planet's surface. Yet we know more about space and the universe than we do about our own oceans. Between the states of Connecticut and New York is the Long Island Sound, a naturally protected channel into New York City used for over hundreds of years. The Sound's rich maritime history has played a significant role in the growth of our country. Join us as we explore its unsung residents and its forgotten history. Today on Squalus Marine Divers, we're going to go to a site called 2A. It's a navigational marker just southwest of Fairweather Lighthouse. This is a big blackfish spot and has been fished heavily for years. On my way down the anchor line, I came across jellyfish tentacles. My guess is we'll run into a few this dive. As it got down to the bottom, we had a rather ominous start. There wasn't a hand inside. But as I said earlier, this site has been fished heavily, so I'm sure we'll come across all kinds of things. Here's a small group of rather large sea anemones. These are about 6 to 7 inches long. After passing a few large stones that found their way to the bottom, we came to the base of the riprap. Stacked rock, or riprap, which is used for navigational markers, has all kinds of nooks and crannies for fish to swim in and out of and seek shelter. A lot of fish, like blackfish, prefer structure, making this an excellent spot. And maybe if we're lucky, we'll see some on this dive. I spot something strange wedged between these two stones. Like I said, this is a big fishing spot, and the closer you are to the rocks, the closer you are to the fish. Some people get in too close. This poor angler got his anchor in so well that he couldn't free it when it was time to go. And in a last-ditch attempt, he throttled his boat up and bent the shank. This rock was not giving up this anchor. As we round this corner, we come across a poor little jellyfish who has gotten stuck in a sea anemone, which, if I'm not mistaken, is eating him. Yes, it is sad to watch the jellyfish struggle with the sea anemone, but we cannot take sides and interfere with nature, as it is natural. As one jellyfish goes down, we come across a few more that are doing A-OK. There you can see the small silhouette of a blackfish, also known as a tautog. If you shine your light on some of these sea anemones and you have natural lighting as opposed to the ambient light, you can really see how bright and orange they are. A lot of the color is diffused by the depth of the water. As we round the edge of this rock, we come across two unsuspecting blackfish. And then a third. Either the starfish like this water temperature, or there's something new being introduced in the marine environment that they're eating, as the sound is getting cleaner. Either way, they're out in full force today. With all this sonar and all kinds of equipment, sometimes my rec reel finds more things than I can with my own eyes. This isn't a derelict anchor. It's just the right size for what I've been looking for to upgrade the anchor on my boat. A lot of people ask me, how do you get an anchor up or something heavy? Well, I'm going to show you. This here's a lift bag. It's basically a bag that I fill with air that lifts things off of the bottom. The more air you put in it, the more it lifts. This happens to be a 50-pound lift bag, but I don't need too much air to lift this anchor. You have to be very conscious of your surroundings when you're using a lift bag and not to let it get away from you. If the lift bag makes it to the surface and it dumps its air, this anchor will come right back down on your head. At the very bottom of the riprap, there are dark, almost caves for fish to go in. And I actually think the inside of this rock pile is hollow. As I make my way up, you can see the marine life begin to change. The colors get a little brighter, and various things grow at various depths. As we get a little higher, you can see mussels, another shellfish that has slowly found its way back to Long Island Sound. And those blackbirds are cormorants, a marine bird that loves to nest on these nav markers. At this time, I'd like to say thanks for joining us here at Squalus Marine Divers. I'm Captain Dennis, and always be careful with what you put in your sewer drains, because it all makes its way to Long Island Sound.